I'm excited to share with you my own personal experience in reading Fumio Sasaki's book called Goodbye Things, The New Japanese Minimalism. I've read all three KonMari books, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, The Life-Changing Manga of Tidying Up, and Spark Joy, and I found them to be wonderful tools when I decided to declutter and organize my home. I knew I was onto something when I used to go from room to room decluttering one single category. However, I wouldn't often have all the items from that category in front of me. And as KonMari mentions in her books, it is important to do this so you could see the actual volume of how much you actually own from this category. This also gives you an opportunity to see if there's any duplicates of anything, and perhaps if there are any items that have served their purpose that you can thank and let go of. When I say decluttering and organizing, I really mean decluttering, because for most of my life I thought I was decluttering, but I was simply organizing, and that's not the same thing. Decluttering is actually looking at an item and seeing if it serves a purpose in your life. Is there a reason why you bought it or kept it? Organization is more about finding storage for all the items that you already have, buying more boxes and trying to put everything in a better way that it would fit so that you have livable space. I came to this realization because there was a time in my life where circumstances changed on what I was able to do throughout the day and how much time I had to do it. Frustration, stress, and being overwhelmed by little tasks was becoming an everyday struggle. This was the reason why I decided to declutter and organize my home, because ultimately it's about making decisions on what supports the type of life that you want to have in every aspect of your daily living. I bring up her books for no other purpose but just to simply say I enjoy them a lot, and they very nicely complement each other with Fumio Sasaki's book. I'm so grateful and thankful they were translated from Japanese to English, so people like myself who enjoy reading about Japanese culture altogether, especially about minimalism and mindfulness, can enjoy them. In all of these books, including Fumio Sasaki's, I have found many relatable things when I embarked upon my journey of decluttering. I would often find myself referring back to chapters for inspiration and motivation, and it was as if new words and information would leap out at me. Of course, I knew this wasn't the case. It's just that as I was going through my journey and the process of decluttering and choosing what to keep, I was owning my sense of joy better and better. The decision making got easier, and I was starting to learn about myself. What do I like? What is it that I wanted to surround myself with that supported the type of lifestyle that I wanted to have? Now, I know Fumio Sasaki's book does have the word minimalism right in the front title, and I do believe Fumio Sasaki is a type of minimalist. However, this was not the reason why I picked up this book. I was just ready for something else. I was looking to live more in the present and in the now, more conscious of what I was doing on a daily basis in terms of habits and things that I spent my time on each day. The book simply presented itself. It was kind of like perfect timing. Fumio Sasaki's Goodbye Things is an insight to the inner dialogue that goes through our heads when we're deciding to purchase items or keep items in our home. We're trying to decide between, I want to keep this because of a memory, and I want to keep it because I may use it someday. He describes his life in the book prior to minimalism and after he decided to become a minimalist, having a lot of CDs, DVDs, and books. He thought these items conveyed to other people the type of person that he was, what his personality was like, and what he was into. Once he started to declutter, he realized this wasn't the case, so he sold and gave away a lot of his items. Fumio Sasaki refers to our brain as sort of like a computer. The more data you have, the slower and more insufficient the computer will run. Well, our brains are not that much different as we scatter our energy and thoughts throughout the day in all sorts of directions. And it's only late at night that we hear that kind of inner dialogue that says, I should have done this, I could have done this, oh, and I still need to do that. But I really think this dialogue is with us throughout the day. We just don't hear it as loudly because we give importance to the immediate things that need to be done right there and then. life is happening all around us, and there's many different things that ask for our attention. Oftentimes, people will leave a project until the very last moment to finish it, and I think this is because they don't have a clear idea of what they want to do, as well as the fact that the importance of the project being due the very next day kind of rises up above everything. This is similar to the way we do things throughout the day, the way we make decisions. We need to be more aware and conscious of how we spend our time. In my experience, someday never comes. For tomorrow becomes today, and today becomes yesterday. The idea of someday is one that leads us into procrastination, and the reason why the cycle continues to go on, which is why I love decluttering, because decluttering gives you a clear idea of what you like. It also makes you understand yourself better by making decisions and owning your sense of joy. The most profound thing that I read in the book is something that I was coming to the conclusion of myself. And it's amazing to me that someone halfway across the world who I've never met, who lives a different life and lifestyle than me, can come to the same conclusion. As a matter of fact, he quoted someone else in his book. It is not money that we buy items with. It's our time. For it's the time that it takes to earn this money that's truly precious to us all. At the end of the day, it's not just about decluttering. It's learning what makes us happy and how we want to spend our life. Learning to make decisions and to grow as a person. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed reading any of these books and were inspired and motivated to get onto the journey of decluttering, organizing, and changing your life, please comment below. I would love to read about your stories.